I'm Dario Bard with the Global Post Confederation. I'm here with Fethi Sonmez, CEO of Armada Foods based in Mersin, Turkey. The GPC is thankful to Armada Foods for its support as a President's Club member. And Fethi, we're thankful to you for being with us today.
Thanks from my side. It's a pleasure for me.
Let's begin. Fethi, tell us a little bit about your background and how you became involved in the Post business.
Post business, it is a family business. My father was in there, and we are in the fifth generation the business. But in the Post business, we are in the second generation. For me, of course, third generation is to join the company. I have established the company in '93 with my father after separating from another Post company. So this is the starting date of my, let's say, Post career.
And could you give us an overview of your Post business?
This Armada Foods is based in Mersin, and we are manufacturer, importer, exporter of the pulses. We have the plant for the bulgur wheat. It's not pulses, but it is we can evaluate as a pulses also. The red lentils, one of the biggest capacity of splitting in Turkey. Of course, the traditional sieving plants for chickpeas, white beans, and others. One of the biggest private label packager and supplier in Turkey, and also we are very good, and I think we are leading company of the organic business in Turkey, especially for the European market. This is the very general description of my company, of course.
Great, and tell us a little bit about the decision that Armada Foods made to work with pulses. What motivated that?
As I said, it was the family business. My father was in that business, for pulses business, before me, like 30 years. Then when the Turkey was producing more pulses, exporting more pulses, then we were exporter, and we were selling to the exporters. There was a big, let's say, holding companies in that time, buying from the growers or the traders and selling to the world market. Then by joining of my side, personally, I mean, we have started to export directly to the international market. So that was a little bit the brief story of what happened in my career.
And Fethi, what would you say is the best part of your job?
Traveling and knowing the different cultures, different peoples. I think by far it is the best side of my business.
Great, and let's talk a little bit about Turkey. What are the pulses consumed there, and if you could give us a sense of the annual consumption for each.
Annual consumption side, let's say we should go with the three main traditional item is, let's say for the red lentil, we are we are importer and re-exporter. Almost we are doing 250,000 up to 300,000 tons every year. And we are consuming around 200,000 tons per year in domestic market. So our production side is sufficient to do production to the domestic consumption. So what we are importing, we are exporting. This is my always formula for the red lentil. The other item is chickpeas. We were insured if we talk about the 2 years before, but by the government incentives, by the traders, let's say support, Turkey now producing very good quantities of chickpeas. Let's say 450,000 tons per year last year, and the 2 years before it was 400,000 tons again. So the consumption side is around 100,000 tons, 120, 130,000 tons. This is the second item, let's say, the traditional second item. And the other one is the white beans. Almost consumption side is around 100,000 tons also. We are producing the same numbers, but because of the other varieties like chali, alubia, or the redondo beans, because we are only producing Great Northern type, let's say, we are importing that kind of varieties. So the production side is around 100,000 tons, consumption side is the same, than 30,000 tons for the importation. So general outlook of three traditional items is like that.
Great. And Fethi, could you give us a sense of the planting and the seeding of pulses in Turkey?
I mean, you mean dating? I mean, dates?
Yes. Yeah. When does the planting season start and when's the harvest?
Season start. You know, we start by the early as if the weather permits, of course, by and September, let's say, and the harvesting time starts by the June, let's say again, and it continues until end of August. Let's say the red lentil is harvesting time is June, but white beans is August. It start by the August. Chickpeas start by in some region by June, especially at southeast of Turkey. Then continues until end of August. This is again general information about the harvesting time. So we are approaching the harvest of the red lentil, in fact, at the moment.
And how's the crop look right now?
Yeah, definitely Turkish WRL crop, I mean, whole red lentil crop will be higher than last year because of the good prices for the farmers. Estimations around on planting side, of course, because it is still we have time to harvest. Minimum 30% more than last year. We are expecting, and I think the crop is going so far so good. So nothing wrong until this point.
And Fethi, when you import, what are the major suppliers that you import from?
Major supplier countries, yeah, Canada, let's say South America, Argentina. Then for the CIS countries, of course, Russia, Kazakhstan, these are for red lentil. Chickpeas, Mexico, for sure. India, for big caliber again. And China was very active, but they are losing their market share. We were buying in big quantities for white beans, but no more. So, but I think the main supplier is as I said, CIS and the Canada. Okay. Of course, we can tell about the US. We are buying some items from the USA.
And Turkey is an important distribution hub into the region, isn't it? What pulses do you export?
Because the Turkey's geographic position, and especially the Mersin's geographic positions, we are very strong in many regions. North Africa, Middle East, then even Europe, and logistic advantage and geographic positions, we are very strong in that. I can give the example like that. If you order a green lentil to Canada from Europe, you can receive the cargo in 3 months. Ordering, preparing the cargo, inland transportation, transit time on water, easily 3 months we can say. But when you order Turkey, you can receive cargo as short as 20 days by ordering and receiving. It is not transit time is very short. The Mersin company is very near to the port, just in 1 hour or half an hour far to the port. Then this is giving very big strength to Turkish companies and Turkey. So that's why this is very important when we are marketing or reprocessing and selling to the cargo to that MENA region.
And let's talk about, you said the red lentil crop is getting ready to harvest. What does the production outlook look like for the different pulse crops in Turkey this year?
Red lentil, you said, right?
Red lentils, but also the other pulses you mentioned.
Yeah, red lentils. If you go with the numbers, we are expecting this year 30% up. Let's say I will give an interval: 300,000 ton up to 400,000 ton red lentil. We are waiting. But of course, dackage and impurities is not like the Canada in Turkey. Then we are losing again 10 to 15% because of the high impurities. But these are the numbers, rough numbers for the red lentil. White beans also, we know from the selling of the seeds will be high if you compare with the last year, minimum 30% again. So we are expecting 150 up to 170,000 ton of white beans. Many people can evaluate a little bit optimistic, but if you go with the seeding sellings, what we know very closely as company, these numbers can achievable, I think, in Turkey. I'm not expecting big production increase in chickpeas because still we have carryover, as all international traders know. Turkish Grain Board is holding, and we are selling still in very competitive price if you compare with the others. So I'm expecting decrease in the chickpeas crop numbers, but not as everybody expected. So I think we will have, again, because of the government incentives, we will have around 300,000 ton of production.
Wow. Fethi, last question, kind of the elephant in the room, let's say. How's the pulse industry in your country being impacted by the COVID-19 pandemic?
Definitely positive. I will not be, everybody knows we cannot lie. You know, market is increasing, bullish. And if you are sitting on the stocks, you are making money. But on other side, the logistics is the very big problem because we are very exporter country. So too much delay from the origins, that is the other thing. And sudden demand from the domestic market. If I give an example or the numbers to you, we are receiving 2 months order just in 3 days. It is not, you know, I'm not exaggerating. This is what we are living now. And of course, supplying that numbers with the restricted sources, let's say machine workers or raw material, whatever, it's not so easy. But at the end, it is very clear that we are making money. So there is hard sides, but also this is the good side. But of course, the life or the daily life is much more important than the money, as I said.
Well, thank you so much, Fethi, for the time today, and stay safe.
Thank you very much. Thanks for giving the chance to me to talk about these things. Thank you very much.